As the world anxiously parses every new data point from China for signs of the nation's economic trajectory, a curious paradox has emerged. On one hand, there are mounting fears about slowing growth, depressed consumer demand, and the struggles of the beleaguered property sector. Yet on the other, there is an unmistakable sense of technological dynamism driving China's shift toward what President Xi Jinping has termed high-quality growth. The contradictions were on full display in the latest economic figures. China's industrial output continues to exhibit resilience, buoyed by surging exports of electric vehicles, solar panels, and other advanced manufacturing outputs. But retail sales disappointed yet again, reflecting Chinese consumers' persistently downbeat sentiments amid the real estate slump. At the heart of this paradox lies Xi's grand vision to reshape China's economic model. The old drivers of breakneck expansion, skyrocketing property investment, massive infrastructure build-outs, cheap exports of low-value goods are consciously being supplanted by a relentless national focus on technological innovation and high-end manufacturing prowess. The enormity of this transition cannot be overstated. After decades of pursuing growth at all costs, accumulating staggering debts and environmental degradation in the process, Beijing has set forth on an endeavor that is as much philosophical as economic. The paramount goal now is to elevate China into the front ranks of advanced industrial economies via the mastery of cutting-edge technologies. She bluntly acknowledged the necessity of this shift back in 2017, warning that countries failing to move from quantity to quality risk stagnation. And over the past 5 years, despite the upheaval of a once-in-a-century pandemic and escalating tensions with the United States, his administration has remained laser-like in its implementation of top-down industrial policies nurturing strategic high-tech sectors. The results are gradually becoming manifest. Electric vehicles produced by homegrown champions like BYD and renewable energy equipment from manufacturers like Longi Green Energy are conquering foreign markets. Semiconductors may be the next frontier, with Beijing marshalling vast state resources to achieve self-sufficiency amid growing protectionism abroad. Analysts at Bloomberg Economics foresee China's high-tech industries accounting for nearly a quarter of GDP by 2026, more than compensating for declines in real estate and other deprecated sectors. If this projection holds true, she could plausibly claim to have engineered one of the greatest economic reorientations of modern times. Yet even as China Incorporated boldly pivots toward this high-tech future, a nagging question remains. Can such a top-down transformation fundamentally reorient an entire nation's habits and consumption patterns? For all of Beijing's remarkable capacity in building world-class airports, high-speed rail networks, and next-generation manufacturing, its efforts to cultivate a robust domestic consumer culture have proved far more elusive. China's aging demographics and yawning wealth inequalities pose formidable headwinds, and recent years have seen a series of state crackdowns on entire industries, from online tutoring to video gaming, which have nurtured an atmosphere of caution and anxiety scarcely conducive to freewheeling consumerism. The city of Shuzhou encapsulates these tensions. Once an industrial hub dominated by coal mines, steel mills, and property speculation, it is now being reinvented as a high-tech manufacturing center. Yet many locals like furniture store owner Gao remain mired in economic malaise. Everyone is suffering, she laments, giving voice to the plight of those yet to experience the dividends of China's technological ascent. In confronting this predicament, Beijing appears determined to double down on its supply-side bias. There is a conviction among policy advisors that elevating output and incomes in advanced sectors will organically stimulate consumer appetites, obviating the need for demand-side stimulus or welfarism that she has disparaged as fostering laziness. It is a risky wager with profound ramifications not just for China's growth trajectory, but for the livelihoods of over 1 billion people and potentially the global economic order. Whether she can defy historical precedents and harmony the imperatives of high-tech ascendancy with the cultivation of sustainable consumer demand will be a defining challenge for the world's most ambitious economic reinvention. For now, the paradoxes only appear to be intensifying. As China fortifies its high-tech manufacturing might, prompting escalating protectionist backlashes in the West, internal pressures mount from depressed households and divides over resource allocation. Resolving these tensions will require deft policymaking and, ultimately, a philosophical evolution in how Beijing conceives of growth and economic development. The world watches warily as China strives to navigate these uncharted waters. For this is no longer just an economic project. but an entire civilizational reckoning over how to propel a nation of nearly 1.5 billion into the vanguard of modernity without imperiling social stability or forfeiting the national spirit. It is an odyssey as momentous as it is unpredictable, and one that will reverberate across the global economy for decades to come.